there's nothing we can do. This is just the way it is now, right? But, you know, how bad is it when you've got animals that have since the day dot been nocturnal, right? And now in 2023, when we're supposed to be the most, best species, we've now got all these different animals that are coming out during the day to the people who they are afraid of the most, just so that they can be fed and feed their family, and they're putting themselves at risk. That's not evolution. That's fucking us, taking away their fucking security and their
It's
land and all that shit.
interference.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah,
not.
and just spiky on what you asked, or what? Well, I don't know if it was like a direct question, but taking a nocturnal animal, adjusting itself, going against its nature, its instincts, and its evolutionary, drive to hunt during the day is disastrous for everyone.
But it is happening because of the free market capitalist economy a global capitalist economy in which we all suffer, because our governments
100%.
obviously have no power, and none of us have been successful in stopping things getting worse and worse so far.
Yeah, I know, but were you not kind of saying something like, what were you kind of saying about like, maybe this is what needs to happen, or what was it kind of you were
No, I was
saying? I
going to
don't want
say
to
about
misquote you, honey.
what. No, I thought you was going to say, about us needing to do something to stop it. Yeah, and the problem that I
Oh,
see
no,
is
no,
that
no. I just wanted to bring it up about the animals mostly. Like, as I said, I'm not a vegan. It came from a joke from the tree and all the rest of it. But I know that, and it's nice to talk seriously. But I would be a hypocrite. I eat meat and all the rest of it, right? But there's things that are happening. Like, I'm not talking about veganism or whatever or anything like that. I'm literally talking about animals changing their whole fucking, everything's going upside down like Alice in Wonderland, and everything, if it goes upside down, it just won't work.
100%. And Amanda, and just anybody else, just because you are not vegan does not mean you cannot be compassionate towards animals. Like, do whatever you can, care about whatever is within your capacity to do something about. Like, you don't have to fucking be perfect. Nobody is.
So it's basically about, don't eat anything that you can't grow or kill yourself. So yes, we used to eat meat, right? But you had to fucking make an effort to eat that meat. You had to go out, you had to catch it, you had to kill it, right? The men ran for days, and that's the way it was, right? But now, what I'm kind of saying, and I'm not pure right into it, obviously I'm too busy with that shit, but it does make me think about, yeah, but we're eating meat, but now it's not, now it's too readily available. It does make me think, and obviously we can't change it and we are supposed to eat meat, but we're so fucking greedy and over consuming and over producing and throwing shit in the bin that we're such a wasteful
Yeah.
society now. Yeah.
Yeah. Spiky on what you said. I just want to say I agree with you wholeheartedly. The companies and the rich people and the industries that are, like, harming the environment and animals and people. I have physically been involved in campaigns where we have physically stopped, excavators and bulldozers from coming in and clearing out pristine wetlands in WA. Like, it is possible. We can do something. So I encourage people not to get like completely overwhelmed and disheartened. I do too sometimes, but we can do things, and it takes more people actually tuning in to the things they can do to start making a much bigger impact. And then I just want to say one thing real quick, because I see Heather's hand up. And this is not a challenge. It is not a beginning of an argument, because, but show me a lion or, another carnivorous animal that needs to use utensils to cut its meat and then needs to cook that meat so it won't kill it before it eats it. That's all.
But then, see, quickly, that doesn't really fit in. I would just say
Amanda,
quickly, sorry,
Amanda,
just one thing,
speed it
just about
up,
the knife and fork.
speed it
Okay,
up.
okay, just about the knife and fork, right, Jess, I get you. But the same again, we didn't have knife and fork. So when the men in the fucking were hunting the bison and doing all that fucking shit, and we had cave women, we were eating it with our hands and our teeth. That's why we've got these fucking sort of teeth, right? So we didn't have knife and forks, but we still hunted and ate animals.
Oh, bloody hell, everyone knows I'm fucking vegan. I've been vegan for fucking years. I love animals. I understand not everyone does have the same perspective as I do. They don't look at a fly and see the same thing that I do. I realise I'm quite unusual in that perspective. And I don't think it's helpful for my egotism to preclude others' opinions. And I think Amanda's view is really valid and interesting. And that's the sort of view. If someone decides not to eat meat on a Monday and the rest of the week, I'm all in favour of that. Why on earth wouldn't you be? So that if there's an understanding of the impact of animal agriculture on climate change, at least you're doing something.
It's interesting, down my neck of the woods, it's the older women that have prevented things going ahead. And they're sort of like ordinary working class that have, they've been there for like 40, 50 years, some of them. And there's kind of like, people know, there's like a group of the old ones that know each other and known each other for donkey's years. And they're the ones that seem to be able to stop shit going ahead. Yeah, and they've got their like thumb on the pulse of the community. They know what shit's going down, and they will. That not only will they do it, but they have the respect of the community, if you like, generally.
A really, really quick point I'd just like to say is that women have been told constantly that we shouldn't gather in groups, by men, maybe by some deceitful women. We've been told, or women in groups, it's a coven. It's just, it's bad stuff. I know we say the sisterhood and all this bollocks, but actually it does work. It makes a huge difference when you hear lots of disparate voices from completely different backgrounds, political perspectives, all the rest of it, but with female experiences. And it's made a huge difference. I've been blocked by lots of women.
I didn't say anything about blocking, but
oh,
I
okay.
did. Yeah.
Well, Violet, you brought up being blocked by
Oh
her,
no,
so
no,
I
no.
thought maybe
Oh
that
no,
was
no,
what
no.
it was.
Oh no, honey, no, that wasn't about right. See, this is the worst thing with generalisation, so I'll say it out loud. I was in a space with Violet on Twitter. So there was a new woman in the space talking about women in prison. So I went into her space, and she sounds the way she does now, like a really lovely, lovely woman. Excuse me, and she let me speak. Now Violet knows who she is, but as we all know, because we're seasoned, right? Cunty Kylie was in there, right? Our soul of the year. So that was fine. And Violet had a really, so I went away. And then the next thing, I was in spaces with Violet and she had blocked me. But so had, and Bobby won't mind me saying this either, right? Little Bobby. So she had blocked me as well. And I don't know why. Like, she's like, I don't even know what it is. But my friends in the background who know are saying she's been in Kylie's spaces and she won't probably remember why she has, but that's what's going to happen. And the exact same thing happened with Bobby, like, our friend Bobby that comes into the spaces. This is the thing. I wasn't making a big fucking deal about it, but women are going, well, actually, hold on a minute. I don't know why this is happening. And since they have unblocked me, we've never had disagreements or arguments. Even if we did, it doesn't matter. We can still have arguments and be friends.
You just keep an eye on shit, and eventually you got to choose whether you're gonna stand up and say something, or walk away. And for me, I don't want to go full blown cunt. Yeah, because I'm past the age of.
I don't want to go full blown cunt either, right? But I do things like terrible things like ask a question, right? And then it's Amanda brings the drama everywhere. Amanda brings the drama in every space.
It was a real lesson learned for me. Okay. First of all, being influenced by someone else like that so easily. I mean, I learned about that in fourth grade, right? But we all have these moments. And coming here was very empowering coming to spaces, it's only been like 6 months for me. So, I think everyone remembers that first rush of actually having a place where you could have a voice and ordinary women are speaking and all of that. But I would say block in haste, repent at leisure, because it's very hard to undo if the other person blocks you for no other reason than the fact that you blocked them. You don't have many options. I actually reached out to other people for help, Amanda, and everyone was very awkward. And there was nothing to do but go to the diving board and jump in at towel space and say something when I had the opportunity. And I'm bringing this up right now because I am offering anyone who ever wants to make right with someone the platform to do it in a space that will host. And you can do that. And it doesn't.
But so when I was saying like thank you so much for saying in the space, let's do this, let's, I don't know why I did, but are you saying that there were things happening in the background, or what were you kind of saying there that
No, no, no. It was just that, it was like having someone whisper in your ear. That's a bad person. You should block them. And why I'm bringing it up again is I am offering anyone who wants a platform to make right with someone, I will give you that platform. You can DM me, you can tell me who it is, and I will create the opportunities to fix broken connections, especially those made in error. I am not looking to be a trauma space. I'm not your girl for that. But I will create a place where both people can say, I don't want to be blocked with you, and move on. And it was one of the bravest things I ever did. And Amanda was gracious and graceful, and so was Towel. So I would offer that to anyone who wants to do that with someone. Okay, feel free. My DMs are always open.
Carry on, Vi. I muted her again. I love that
I
button.
just want to be clear. I only have 2 people who would ever join our spaces blocked. One of them has multiple accounts. The other one doesn't, but each of them disrupted my spaces 3 times each.
Yeah. If ever anyone in here spots a bloke being in here, please let us know so we can give him the opportunity to leave. And if he chooses not to, we can permanently block him because I like doing that.
But
You're
then
welcome.
ask everyone to speak. Then ask everyone who hasn't spoken to speak. Then we'll.
We've tried that before. I don't know. That's been a problem. But I don't accept follows or I don't do a follow back until I've explored people for a while.